We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. Throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
Up in a code, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it come to killer code. Everybody pin a fold, never tell me killer fold. Everybody coming from the hood, so not kidnappo. Everybody stacking by the same cause you never know the stories that are coming from the same plot, living in a prison.
We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there.
I come in with a ski mask, bitch with a BB. I got a 4-4 with a 4-0. Coming in with some mojo with a Gucci bag.
We in here, one don't get, and we ain't fit, I can't get in here, we getting lit in here. I don't care, and the girls dancing everywhere, the bottle popping everywhere, the money overflowing everywhere, the swags everywhere, designers everywhere.
We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there.
This young T, young David, young Emma, young Thug, young Boy, young Bear, young Doll, young Nick, young Giz, young Hills. Pull up at your hall, young Mill, young Chill. I say catch him with the pitch him, learn from repetition. I got no mission, visit, so I question my intention.
We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there.
MK with a Gucci bag.
This young T with a Gucci belt.
KD with a Gucci socks.
Young Emma, Gucci man.
Young Emma, Gucci man.
Welcome to another live stream. We are live. My lighting is terrible, but welcome to another great live stream, man. Can I get a yes? Welcome to another great live stream. It's gonna be a very impactful. Please tune in, stay locked in. Yes. I know, man. It's a great live stream. Let me get one more applause, man. But man, it's a great Sunday afternoon, man. I hope you went to church. I hope you did what you had to do this morning. Got all your errands ran. I hope everything went well with you. But to start out, this is gonna be a very fire live stream. It's gonna be very impactful. I don't like how my camera's little. There we go. It's gonna be very impactful where you can stay locked in. We're gonna have a great time. So just keep your hands up, keep your head up, because we are going to be doing great. I am proud of this. I prepared for the stream before. I'm just excited. I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. Can we get yes, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. So let's get into it. So man, actually, before we get into it, hold on, wait a minute. Before we get into it, for real, I kind of want to shout out my YouTube channel, man. I want to shout out my YouTube channel. Shout out to my YouTube channel. Let's do right here. Boom. Shout out to my YouTube channel. Man, shout it out, bro. We hit 59 subscribers. This is amazing, y'all. I am so happy, man. Thank you for the 60 supporters I got on. Like, man, I'm happy, man. I am happy. I am happy. I am so happy to have all these great subscribers, and they're getting knowledge every day of the week, of the business week. So yeah, I'm just so happy for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, feel free to support my TikTok. Bro, say my name. Hey, what's Zam? Kaboom boy, what's Zam with it? And don't ask me to say your name. I don't care. So it's great. Hey, thank you for the new sub, bro. I appreciate it. But shout out to my YouTube channel, man. It's growing slowly. It's a I got live streams probably every other 3 days, so it's great. It's great. Shout out to my other let me go to, where is it at? Shout out. Hey, thanks for the like, Brody. Thanks for the like. So shout out to my other live streams, man. Let me see. This is my other platforms. Go give them some love too. I got my Twitch. I simultaneously stream on Twitch too and YouTube. I post content on TikTok. So if you want a TikTok, go follow there. You're gonna see some TikToks, very insightful shorts, very impactful. Instagram, my Instagram is dead as heck. I don't post on there, but I'm gonna be better. Once I, work out some things in the 2026, I'm gonna be posting more on my Instagram. But other than that, man, thank you for the support. I'm very appreciative. I am very appreciative of the love that I've been getting, man. I'm pretty appreciative of the love I've been getting. And I just want to say, like, man, this is all I can be not all this all cannot be done without God's work and God's help, because, man, like, I'm so grateful to be able to provide financial financial advice, financial mentorship, just all this for the free, and do it live on the airways, or the YouTube airways and Twitch airways for y'all. So I'm very, very grateful. And then I love, the comments, man. Thank you for the love and the new sub. I appreciate that. But other than that, so let's get into the show. You dig? So let's start off with the main reason we are here. So I kind of want to talk about this live stream. I called it greed and fear. So greed and fear is one of, like, the most craziest emotions you will experience while trading. Greed and fear. And a lot of times, like, we don't even notice it. We don't notice that we are being fearful. We are being greedy in the market. But I'm gonna break it down on a granular level where you get to understand, your emotions, and I hope you watch this and you get to grow a little bit. And when you watch this, you work on your own greed and fear. Fear and greed. So when you watch this, I want you to also work on it, because what I learned, I've been reading, I've been listening to, actually, the mental games of trading, and previously hey, what's up, man? Thanks for the like, bro. Thanks for the sub. So what I've been listening to was the mental games of trading, and the best loser wins. And they always talk about your emotions, controlling your emotions, and I've been trading for 5 years, and one thing that I was ignorant to was my emotions. So that's really key. Like, I think me getting to the next level of, like, consistently winning trader is controlling my emotions. So for the longest, I thought, I can get over it. I don't need to write down. I don't need to look into how I feel when I enter and exit a trade. But lately, I've been writing that down, be journalizing how I feel, because this is key. You don't get better. There's no like, trading is like a skill. It's like playing basketball. There's different levels to it. You want to get to the next level, right? You want to kind of let's say they go to practice every day. So you got to practice that, right? And you got to write down how you feel in every single trade, individual trade. Even when you back test, you got to write down, because those they might not show up on a large scale. They might not, emotionally affect you as much. But when you go back test, fear and greed still affects you a little bit. Because I remember this year I back testing 400, and I think I'm on back test 138 days, and I was getting tilted. I was getting pissed. I was getting greedy. I was getting fearful. But what I did was I started journalizing how, fear and greed and, my mistakes made me feel. And that made me understand, that how important my emotions play a big role in my decision making. Because sometimes when hindsight is 20/20, I get to like understand, why did I make that choice? But then I realized in the moment I was just greedy. I was fearful. Thus, I made a bad decision. But sometimes you can make a good decision while you're fearful. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this live stream, or of this little rant I did. So getting into it, the first thing we're going to be doing is talking about fear. Fear. Trade with a clear plan. So actually, before I even get into, let's go back. Before I get into, I wrote my own notes, because those were from ChatGPT. I wrote my own notes. Why we need to, understand our fear, our emotions. So I wrote this down. I'm about to read it. I don't have the best handwriting. But I kind of wanted to talk about it because this is kind of how I feel too. It's not based off of what I got from ChatGPT and how to get over the fear. So this is really deep down the way I felt. Okay, sicko, let's go. Okay, so fear comes from us losing and trying so many times, but we still lose. So what we do, we use our human instincts to run away from the markets, our homework, and this leads us to taking longer breaks, unhealthy breaks. And when we feel unhealthy setbacks, that's what fear leads to. Greedy, we get greed. See, fear and greed kind of correlates, right? That's why I put these two emotions together, because once you're fearful, right, and you lose, it's going to create fear. Like losses create fear, right? And then once you get a win, right, then the greed emotion will come in. It's going to lead us to, that greed is going to lead us to, not achieving our goals, right? We want to achieve our goals with greed, right? And we want them to achieve them now. We are impatient. That's what leads us to our greed. So, okay, let me read. So with greed, this keeps us holding on to a trade overnight, or we keeps holding on to a trade where we know it's a loser, or when we know it's a winner that could come back or to hit our target. We just hold on to it because we're greed and we fear. Look, greed and fear kind of correlates. It correlates because greed leads us to hold on to trades, winning trades a little longer instead of taking our profits. We are so greedy that we are fear of, not making. We know we're not going to have this another opportunity, and then also greed also leads us to holding on to our losers, and even though like we should cut them. In hindsight, we're gonna, you always gonna be like, oh, why should I didn't cut it? Because that greed emotions comes in when we are in a winning trade and a profitable trade. So I wrote down at the end. So, and in a winning market, you must be very greedy in a winning market. But in a losing market, you must be fearful. That to maximize our winners and losses. So. This is the most important. That's why I wrote down about my emotions, like how I look at greed and fear on a personal level. So I'm going to walk through the steps of getting over our fear and greed. But one thing though I want to talk about is that these emotions are not going to be, you're going to go through the steps one time and get over it, and it's not going to be a problem. The most important thing about this, let me go into just chatting. The most important thing about getting over our fear and greed is that I have food in my mouth. I don't. Okay, I'm true. The most important thing about us getting over this fear and greed is that we must keep consistently practice and getting over it. It's never gonna go away because we're still human. We're still gonna have those greedy responses. We're still gonna have those greedy responses. We're gonna still have those greedy. I'm sounding greedy like NBA Youngboy greedy. No, we're still gonna have fear and greed when we're trading. We are working on suppressing those emotions, so we still think on a logical level while we're trading, not when we're not trading, right? Because it's impossible for us to be completely numb. We're all human. We cannot get over the complete fear and greed because that's a natural emotions. Emotions are always going to be there. We're just working on suppressing them. While we're in a trading environment, we can control ourselves and be in control fully. So let's get back into this. So here are the steps to getting over fear and greed. So we're going to start off with fear. So the first step is we got to trade with a clear plan. So why? So fear often comes from uncertainty. Without a plan, you're just reacting emotionally. Yes. So we're just gambling. If you have no trading plan, no action plan, no goal, you have no goals. You don't know what you want to make out of a trade or what you're willing to lose. You're just reacting emotionally. You see money comes, you just taking it because you're just emotionally reacting. So second, action. Set an entry, stop loss, and take profit levels before you enter trades. So just know this has helped me a lot with my trading, because even like when I see, okay, market is not moving my way, I know I have a certain amount of days. Let's say I enter a trade and it's 4 days or sometimes 3, and the market hasn't moved in any direction against me or in my direction or against my direction. I make a rational decision to get out that trade, because now at that point, market is consolidating and I don't know where the market is going to go next. I want to trade in a trending market where everything's going up or down. I want to be either right or wrong. So that me not, being hopeful when a market is consolidating takes the fear out of it a little bit, but not completely though, because I still feel, dang, I might have lost. I might have, made the wrong decision when I decide to get out of a trade before it goes anywhere. I just did that just to protect my capital. And most of the times, if the trade not going anywhere, it's probably going to go against you. And then tip, use a trading journal to reinforce discipline and learn from your past trades. So yes, I have a trading logbook, and this is the few trades I've taken since I got mine. So I filled out, almost filled out 2 pages worth. Just got this a couple weeks ago. This has been very helpful. This has been, just keep your P&L on the, just writing down what your thoughts were during that trade. Not even during that trade, like why'd you get in? See, this is why this keeps you accountable and disciplined, because when you journalize your trade, you are understanding, okay, look, why am I getting this trade? Oh, price is above a certain point, or price is trending up or down. You got to write that down on a certain hour level. It just helps you get over the fear. So number 2, risk only what you can afford to lose. So my thing is, when you are trading, man, this is the hardest part about trading, because we might, deep down, you think you are okay with losing, you lose that first trade, but when you're on a losing streak, that's when it gets tough. That fear still comes in, because when you lose more than you trade, and that's not even like, when this could be more detail when you're talking about risk more than you can afford, bro. You got to look at your whole P&L. That's what you are risking, because when you go on a losing streak, you will go on a losing streak, and that's inevitable. That's how trading works. Sometimes you can be on a winning streak and you can go on a losing streak. When we're on a winning streak, we have to maximize our trades. We have to gain the most out of it. That's why we got to be greedy when we are in a winning market. When we're in a losing market, that's when we got to be fearful and, be more cautious. So step 2, why? If you risk too much, every trade feels like life or death, triggering panic. So if you're feeling panic, you're feeling like, oh my God, my emotions are going crazy through the roof, just know you're risking a little more than you can take. So maybe it's taking a step back on how much you risk. Action. Use proper position sizing. Typically risk only 1 to 2% of your capital per trade. Depending on how your capital looks, you should, risk the appropriate amount you're willing to do. So let's say you have $10,000, 1 to 2% is pretty good. But if you want to grow it faster, you got to risk more. That's the thing. If you want growth, but faster growth, just know you're going to have to risk more. It takes money to make money with anything you do in life, including in trading. And then tip. This is the tip for tip, trade small until you're emotionally neutral during trades. Yes, yes, yes. So this is good. Let's say this is good after taking. I'm gonna give a little more extra. I'm gonna give you a little bonus on this, right? This is a bonus. This is a bonus. Actually, I'm gonna give you a little bonus on this tip right here. Let's see. Can we turn this up a little bit? Oh no, that's not good. Okay. I think this is better. So this is a bonus. Trade small until you emotionally neutral during trade. So this is great to do after you've encountered a 3-win losing streak. I feel like 3 losers in a row, you gotta decrease your trading amount that you're trading. Trade smaller, because the more you lose, the more your emotions heighten. Yes, the more you win, the more your emotions heighten. So it's great to trade smaller when you're emotionally neutral during trades until you're emotionally neutral. So that means even when you're winning, I say keep trading the same way you're trading if you're winning. But when you start getting on a losing streak, start to decrease, because your emotions, your fear, your greed, all your emotions gets heightened once you start losing. And that's on any experienced trader can tell you that. So keep that in mind. And then number 3, detach emotions from outcome. This is a very, very hard one, because man, it feels good when you win. Man, it doesn't feel bad. Like losers like me, but like, man, when you're not used to winning, man, those wins feel so good. But guess what? Those wins can also heighten your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like heighten your emotions. So just look at it as a numbers game. Look at it as a play. Just look for the next play. Don't get your emotion detached. So even good trades can lose. Here comes when you tie your self-worth to results. So this is the hardest one to do. Like, man, like every trader wants to make money, man, and you're not making money. And traders are measured off of how much money they make, off of how well they trade. So when you're not doing that, it's so hard to, not tie your self-worth from your results. So you must try to just look at it. Like, I think one thing I'll give you some bonus tip on this. Do not talk about your trading with your friends, family, or anybody. Keep it to yourself, because this right here keeps you from getting, you tying your self-worth to your trades. This keeps you tying your self-worth to your trades. This keeps you tying your self-worth to your trades. This keeps you tying your self-worth from your trades. So that's my tip right there. So I'm offering tips too. So and then action. Focus on executing your strategy correctly, not on whether the trade wins or lose. So that's one key thing right there. Just practice your strategy. Practice it. Work on it. Don't look at the outcomes, because guess what? A single trade is not going to define who you are. A single trade is not going to define who you are, but consistent winners are going to define. So work on perfecting your strategy. One thing about trading that really kills the game, man, is like these strategy sellers. They just sell so many different strategies. It's like, bro, you can't, like, there's a quote that says, if like a jack of all trades is a master of none. In trading, you have to master one strategy and stick to it, and then knowing whether it's good or bad. Sicko. But like, you have to master that discipline. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline comes in when you know this is your strategy. Master it. It doesn't hurt to know like other strategies, of course, but you want to like master your own strategy. I have my strategy. I use support and resistance, and that's what I've been doing for the past year. And I'm working and consistently working on that. The reason I've not been as successful I want to, because I have not mastered my emotions. I have not mastered my fear, my greed, and using it correctly. Ooh, that's another thing. You're not using your fear and greed correctly, because in the market, we are fearful. That's the thing. Our fear comes in when I'm winning, when a winning trade. I'm fearful. Why am I fearful? I should be greedy. I should be, more stubborn. I should be hopeful when I'm in a winning trade. But I'm doing the opposite. I'm quickly to get out. I'm quickly to, cut my winners short and not let them ride, But when it comes to greed, like when I'm holding on to losers, I'm using my emotions wrong, where I'm more greedy when I'm holding on to a losing trade. Why am I holding on to this loser? Let it go, So using your emotions correctly. So for a tip, repeat this mindset: a single trade does not define me. Long-term edge goes. That's one powerful tip right there, and that's all I gotta say. I ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing to add on top of that. So that's how, this is the 3 steps of getting over your fear. Like, please, note this, screenshot, and, share with your homies. This is a great, 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 I'm going to share. I'm going to screenshot it. I'm going to screenshot this, and I'm going to post this in my Discord, man. I got a Discord. If you want to join, man, just comment one. So it's called Money Moves. And look, I'll be dropping game, man, and I'll be back testing live. I can see my back testing and how well I did, man. This is a, and I'll be dropping tips, man. I'll be dropping tips. Boom. So let's move on to greed. How to get over our greed, right? Boom, 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 greed. But first, before I get up to greed, let's have a little fun, man. Let's hear a little bit of, okay, Sicko, I got you, man. Let me share I'm gonna share my, what's it called? My Discord. Give me 1 second. Dollar bill, y'all. All right, let me go in my comment section and share my Discord in the chat, money chat. Give me 1 second. Okay. Copy link. YouTube. Channel. Second. Boom. I just shared it. Boom. There it is. I just shared the link to the Discord. That's the invitation. And then, bro, if you want some mentorship, I do offer mentorship, but it's not free no more. I was doing it for free. People were just not taking it serious. Like, you want 30 minutes? It's gonna be $30 for 30 minutes. Because I know a lot of things about trading. And trading is like, you're gonna be a forever student with trading. We are gonna be forever students with trading. And that's one thing. What's funny, when I started trading, man, I thought it was gonna be the most. See, the gurus make you look like they don't do nothing the whole day, man. It's not true, bro. Trading is a job in itself. You're gonna have to look at how you carry yourself. Trading is a lifestyle. Trading is not something you just do here and there and you make money. You could, if you have the right mentorship, if you have the right people around you, but most of us got regular day jobs, and it's hard to have like a community that understands, wants to push each other. I can build that community. I can build it. I can work on it. But a lot of people are just not ready to commit fully. That's another thing. With traders, a lot of traders, they're not fully committed. They don't want to change their habits. They don't want to they don't want to look at their discipline. And yeah, they don't want to change their discipline and all that. Like, trading is a lifestyle. Man, thank you for the love, man. I really appreciate the comments, man. This keeps me going. But let's talk about the 3 steps of getting over greed, man. Oh, greed. But I feel like greed is not even bad. Greed is like ambition. We all, like, in life, who doesn't want something though? Who does not want to win. Like, I want to win. I want to make more money. Like, who doesn't want to make money? Who doesn't want stuff? So greed is not bad, but when used incorrectly, greed can be terrible. Not gonna lie, greed can be bad. So how to get over greed? But guess what? There's nothing wrong with chasing more when you are in a winning situation. When you are in a better situation, a good situation, there's nothing with getting more out of it. Don't be greedy at the worst times. There's good times to be greedy and there's worse times to be greedy. That's like I said last slide. Learn how to utilize your emotions correctly. Learn how to utilize your emotions correctly. So boom, number one, we gotta set realistic profit target and stick to them. That's a great thing, man. Because sometimes, like, you enter a trade and that trade shoots you through your target. So it's like, man, you don't wanna exit now. You think this can go forever? No, man. It's good to be disciplined. Take that. Take that. Take that dub. So why? Number one, why? Greed kicks in when you always chasing more. This leads to poor decisions. But even when you are down bad, like you in a losing trade, you're gonna be stuck, because you want it to come back. That's greed. That's your greed right there. You don't want to lose anything. You're not willing to give up anything. That's greed. So, action. You have to decide your daily or trade specific profit goal before entering a trade. Tip. Once your target is hit, walk away. Don't try to get one more trade. Yes, you don't need to try one more. Because sometimes, let's say I make the money I need to make. 2 weeks ago, I made how much I made? I made $100 off of like a Amazon trade. And you know what? It hit my target. It was like 1 or 2 cents off my target. I took my profit, and I was like, man, I was over. I was like, that's where I want, that's where I wanted price to go. And I was like, wow, trading can be so satisfying like that. Like when you follow the steps, it's so easy. But our emotions, using our emotions correctly, that's why I want to emphasize when I'm talking about it. It's just utilizing them correctly, because we cannot fully escape the emotions. They're gonna come by and go. So do not run away from your emotions. Learn how to control them. So tip: once your target hit, walk away. Don't get one more trade. So let's go to follow this next step. Follow a strict trading plan. Yes. You have to follow just follow your trading plan fully. Just follow it. Be patient with it. So why? Greed thrives in randomness. Ooh, this is gambling. So gambling, man. Ooh, this is when you start to FOMO stuff because you're not even following your trading plan no more. You're just doing random stuff. That's all of us when we start trading, when you don't have no mentorship. We're just doing random stuff. We're doing random strategies. I heard you just go on YouTube, you see this guy, I got a strategy that doesn't lose 90% of the time. Man, them YouTubers are lying to you, man. They just want to sell you a course and not know. I swear, I'm gonna tell y'all this. No strategy is better than like with a random, like if you follow a strategy, no strategy, like without, let's say you're completely just following your strategy through and through, no strategy has a better win rate than 60%. Trust. I 100% will tell you that. No strategy has a better win rate than 60%. You might have a 90% day, but overall, because strategies have a 60% win rate, right? But your emotions can play against that, and that win rate can go down to 30%, to 10%, to 0%. Yes. So I'm gonna say that. My dream goal of YouTube, man, I just want to have like a solid community of supporters and people who want to learn how to trade. That's my dream of YouTube. People who just come through, get this knowledge, and just give likes and support. That's my dream, man. I just want to have a solid community, man, and that's what's important to me. Just have a solid community where people are not like feeling like I'm selling them something, but I'm just educating them. But I look at it, this education for me is like, it's helping me too. Like y'all might look like, oh man, I'm just talking about this. Like I'm fully like the master of all this. I've not mastered trading. I'm still a student. But um when I teach, when I present a good trading stream, it helps me a lot. It helps me become better as a trader personally too, because my dream is really to be a trader full time. That's my dream. But YouTube is like my journal where I can go back and look and see how well I can, do and perform. And also it's like the thing is, it just helps me get better. It helps me refine my skills, helps me remind me of certain things, that I might forget because I'm human. Sometimes you think you master it, but really you not fully master it. There's no such thing as full mastery in livelihood, because in trading there's always gonna be mistakes around the corner. But boom. So why greed thrives in randomness? A structured plan gives you a framework to follow. So follow that plan, man. Do not be doing random freaking strategies. I'll tell you that, man. Trading is not random, man. Trading, like, you wanna like emotions when you're doing random stuff, and then when you taking trades you never taken or never seen a pattern, and you just randomly take it, but that's gonna throw off all your emotions. It's gonna throw off your emotional balance. We want to be emotionally neutral while we trade. You know what I'm saying? Want to be emotionally neutral. So doing random stuff, you are throwing off your balance, your neutralness. Even going on a losing streak is gonna throw off your neutralness. So boom, action. Use a rule-based system. Entry, stop, exit, risk, reward. No plan, no trade. Ooh, no plan, no trade. That's very powerful. No plan, no trade. If you ain't got no plan, if it's not even in your strategy, don't even trade it. And then completely being okay with that. And being okay with, like, sometimes the worst part when real greed kicks in, when we clearly miss a trade, an obvious trade we missed, and it's going the right way. It's going the right way. It's going where we wanted to go. And that's when the greed kicks in. And it's like, man, I know it's not my trading plan I'm supposed to buy here, but look at the price go. And I got plenty of examples of that. I have, fearfully exited a trade, but that thing continued going up. Like, deep down, I was telling myself I gotta get back in, but nah, you know what? That's how trading works. Just let it go. It's not even worth it. So tip, write down your plan and review it before each session to keep your focus. So write down your plan. Just know your strategy. That's why I say this says write down your plan. Just know your strategy. Know what you're gonna do day in and day out. Know what you're gonna do day in and day out. Nothing changes. If you don't see nothing, you don't trade nothing. If you don't see nothing, you don't trade nothing. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't see nothing, don't trade nothing. Be okay with sitting on your hands if there's no opportunities, no clear opportunities. See opportunities, get in it. You're not gonna be 100% of the time, but when those opportunities go off, you're gonna enjoy. You're gonna see that come out, and you're gonna do good. So detach from the money. That's the hardest part about trading, because it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Yes, it's all about the money. Yeah, it's all about the money, and detaching from it. It's tough, man, because you're looking at actual dollars. Man, you trading real capital, you trading money. Man, you can take this out and go and buy you an Xbox or a PS5 or whatever. You just, that's what you're risking right now. So it's really tough to detach, but this takes practice. This takes discipline. This takes self-understanding. Like, you gotta, it's tough. It's tough. So why obsessing over profits makes you impulsive? Why? So obsessing over profit makes you impulsive. Yes. So don't be obsessive over profit. Be obsessive over the great plays you made. I know profit's a part of it, but look at the play. Look at the play. Don't look at the profits. Look at how well your play was. Okay, action. Focus on executing good trades, not making money. Ooh, that's a tough one. Yes, we have to focus on executing our trades. We just gotta focus on executing our trades and staying focused. Gotta focus on executing our trades and staying focused. Okay, then tip. Think like a fund manager. Your job is consistency, not hitting one home run. Home runs. Yes, yes, yes. This is really gold. This is really gold right here. This is gold. This is gold, 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 bro. Do not focus. That's the one thing, bro. I talk to a lot of my friends, and they're traders too. They trade, but they just always talking about one day I'll become, the trader. I'll make my money and I'll be out of here. Do this shitty job. I won't do it no more, dog. It's not gonna work like that. Consistency is important. If you're not consistently trying and growing your account consistently, that's more important than hitting that one trade. You know, that one trade that goes through the roof, and that's why like you ever if you watch Wall Street bets, man, those people, you know why they lose their money as soon as they get it? They turn like let's say 100,000 into 1 million, and then go back down to like zero because they are just greed, and they're not focusing on consistency, growing like a staircase pattern. So it's not about home runs. It's about just being consistent. It's about being consistent. Let me put that into the Discord right quick. Boom. Boom. All right. It's in the Discord. Gang, gang. All right, so the last thing I want to recommend a book to read. So this is the book. It's called Best Losers Win. I ain't gonna lie. Did I? Oh, actually, I should have just taken. Let's do this. Best Losers Win. Paste. Okay. Yeah, this is ghetto. I'm sorry. This is very bad. I'm sorry, y'all. This is bad. Oof. This is not good. Damn. Yeah. There we go. View slideshow. All right. That was. I did. Oh my gosh, my face is in the way. That is terrible. Oh, let's see. Damn. Boom. I know, like y'all can't see my face on my camera right now. I turned it off, but I'm recommending this book to read or listen to audiobook. I listen to audiobooks while I'm working out. I'm doing chores, running errands, and every live stream, every money live stream, I recommend a book to read because this helps me. So, Best Losers Win by Tom Hogarth. So here's the quote, and this quote is dedicated to this live stream. The quote goes, "Be fearful when the position is going against you, and be hopeful / greedy when the position is going your way." Tom Hogarth. That was not the exact quote, but what do you call when you don't say it all the way, but it's still the same. Boo gaga. Anyways, yeah, that's the book I recommend, and that's it for this live stream. That was my educational piece. That was my, just teaching a little bit. But before we get started into the real, let me close all this. But thank you, man. It is great. Let me go back just chatting. Man, that was nice, man. I appreciate. And we just hit 60 subscribers. Hey, man, I'm grateful for the love, bro. I'm grateful for the love. But let's go to ChatGPT. And today, you know what? We're going to be asking ChatGPT what happened. In the stock market last week. Let me share again. But how y'all feeling, man? Hey man, hey, thank you for being here, man. See you later, bro. I appreciate you for the love and support, man, and the subscription, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Share with your friends. Let's go to just reacting. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. So we asked, see, I ain't gonna lie. For my fundamentals, I started using ChatGPT for my fundamentals, man. Yes, I have. I've you heard that right. I've started using my I started using my started using ChatGPT for my fundamentals, and okay, just makes it simple. A few sentences. I don't need to read 10 pages just to understand what's going on in the market. But last week, this is what happened last week. So, index performance. So the XPS 500 rose approximately 0.6%, closing at 6,400. Okay, cool. And marks its fifth record close of the week. Oh wow, Nas gained 1.5% over the period. Dow Jones was flat, edging down only 0.1%, though it gained 0.5 on Friday to end around 44,000 or 45,000, rounding up. So here are the key drivers to a strong earnings season. Roughly 83% of the SPY 500 company beat expectation, including several mega tech firms, the Magnificent Seven. I have a whole watch list for the Magnificent Seven. Boom. Oh my gosh, you see it? You see, this is a 7. I'll be staring. I took an Apple trade, man. Apple, I had to get out of here, man. Look, Apple just appling, bro. Oh my gosh. Apple did not do me good. But low key, I wanted to come back to resistance, this daily resistance, and I'm gonna rebuy. I'm gonna buy again. But depending on where the market goes. That's the Magnificent Seven. Man, let's go on a daily chart though. Tezzy beat expectations, man. This is meta, man. Those meta contracts be so expensive, bro. Oh my gosh. Apple, they be reasonable. Man, I made some money on this. I made some money on this Amazon 2 weeks ago. So it was pretty good, but I should have re-entered. I would have definitely capitalized more, but hey, hindsight is 2020. Re-entry right here, but hey, hindsight is 2020. Also Google, I was trying to get into right here, but I kind of lost focus and trade other things. That's the thing. And also Microsoft is continuing to trend up like crazy. So, and NVIDIA, I feel like NVIDIA is in a good spot, to be honest. If I can see, I want to zoom in and make these candlesticks better. Oh yeah. Make this candlesticks better, man, so that people can see. So this resistance right here at the 74 level. Low key, I'm looking at buys above this level. On a 1 hour. Yeah. I'm looking at buys, but also August 1st is a tariffs renewal, so that's something to watch out for. That's something to be looking out for. That's for the fundamentals right there. Let's go back to our ChatGPT fundamentals. So wow. So trade optimism, new deals, especially with Japan, the UK, and Indonesia, and the Philippines, and progression in the US/EU negotiation ahead of August deadline boosted segments. Okay, AI investment and evaluation. Tech momentum continued despite caution from strategists over exaggerated valuations and fading price momentum in growth stocks. Okay, cool. Fed leadership stability. President Trump's comments about Fed Chair Powell caused friction, but ultimately Powell remained in his place, easing rate cuts expectations. Investor segment and trends. Value stocks gaining attention. So as mega cap tech advisors stretch, both retail and institutional investors are rotating towards undervalued segments like financials and healthcare. Compliance and momentum noted. Veteran investors, or the rally may be fragile and aimed fading volatility and meme stock surges driven by momentum. Missing out FOMO. Ain't a lot. Damn. Need some water. Volatility cooling. The VIX index dropping about 9%, hitting a lowest in 5 months, signaling calmer investment segments. So let's look at the VIX index. Do I have the VIX? Look at the VI dollar index. Let me paste that. Okay, this is the VIX. Let me add it. Boom. Let me go to daily with it. This is volatility. Not a lot of volatility. Ooh, dang. Oh my. Oh my. Oh no. Boom. So the VIX is under support levels. It's supposed to indicate the volatility of the market. So we're at new lows. So right here might be and let's get another. Oof. What it means. The US equity market remains solid, driven by earnings strength, easing trade tension concerns, and ongoing AI optimism. Still, risk persists. Overextended valuations, looming tariff evaluation escalation on August 4th, and seasonal volatility may cause upside limits or intermittent pullbacks. And then analysts highlight that selectivity matters. Current conditions support a stock pickers market rather than a broad index driven gains. I am yawning on this bitch. I'm sorry, y'all. Whew. And then looking ahead, so next week, what does next week brings? The Fed Reserve policy meeting with interest rates expected to hold steady, but focus on Powell's ongoing guidance. Key macro data, including Q2 GDP, non-farm payroll, and CPE inflation. Continued earnings from large tech names, which may determine whether momentum persists or shifts to a more cautious tone. So, in summary, the U.S. posted solid gains last week, prolated by that. I can't. What is this word? English. Oh my English. This English. Propelled. Ugh. Bro, I'm done with school. I am a college graduate, brother. So Okay, so U.S. stock markets posted solid gains last week, propelled by strong earnings and easing trade tension, while investors behavior shifted majority towards valued investing. But without valuation concerns ahead, caution among selectively may be not O. What is the O about? Okay, that's pretty good. Dang. Reading from an African, man. Okay. Enough of that. So we kind of know what to expect-ish next week. So what are our lookouts? Let's go to dang. Actually, so every week you want to kind of clear your charts, make them clean. And this is for you to clear your mind, and because you don't want to get stuck on old markups, like emotionally, and just you want to have a clear outlook on the market. This helps you kind of refresh everything, even though, you know, when I mark up a chart, it'd be so good. It'd be hard for me to clear my charts because the way I mark it up, it's too nice. It's way too nice. It is way too nice. Boom. Then they got Tezzy. Oh, we see it. We all see. So I'm about to clear this up. Man, Google, all the opportunities is gone. But never underestimate the power of looking for the next opportunity. Because guess what? There will always be another opportunity, no matter what. No matter what. So you have to clear the charts. I'm gonna clear. Oh man, look at this. But look, there's another opportunity right here. See, that's why you always gotta clear the charts. Don't fall for your old markups, because your old markups are in the past and you can't change nothing. You didn't capitalize on them, but guess what? That's okay. I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna be marking up my Magnificent Seven, and I'm gonna do my watch list because I can do this pretty quick. I can do it pretty quickly. All right, so let's start with NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, let's go on the monthly time frame. As you can see, look where we at. Oh my gosh, look at that. All-time high. Last 3 months been really good. And then next time I'm gonna low-key teach about candlestick patterns. I think that's my next live stream is gonna be about candlestick pattern. Yeah, that's gonna be my live stream. I'm just, talking about the basics, man. Talking about the basics. All right, boom. You see the candlestick patterns, but we're on this crazy uptrend. Uptrend. It's an uptrend. It's an uptrend. It's an uptrend. Boom. Okay. Go back on the daily. But we see a clear daily resistance at this level right here. Already marked it up. Boom. And then maybe right here. Let me see. Resistance. And market resisted right there. Boom. Boom. don't know if it's going to hourly. Here, let's take that's the 1 2 level. Boom. 1 to 2 ratio. Not taking this. I'm not taking this straight. This is all for entertainment purposes. But as you can see, though, I don't know if price continues above this level. It's a great entry. Let's go to the 1 month of Microsoft. Microsoft went crazy. We're just on a tear. Why they laying off people still though? It's funny how the stock works. This right here. July 30th. Earnings July 30th. The last earnings. Wow. Wow. Boom. See. Just be patient with Microsoft. Bro say he in the 5th grade, don't know nothing about this. Bro, you ain't gonna be able to trade until you exit high school, bro. You're not gonna be able to trade. Hey, but there's nothing wrong with learning how to, how to invest. Ask your parents about investment, man. Ask your parents about, daddy or moms, teach me about investing money and how money works. I want to build wealth from 5th grade on. You gotta tell them that. They're gonna be like, oh my God. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh. That's how it's gonna be in the 5th grade. Dang, yeah, man. Dang, it's good to, hey, it's good to always learn, man. Ask your parents about investing. Putting the money in the right places. But you say, I thought you were gone, man. What made you come back? I thought my man was out of here. He said he's back. Discord. Okay. So. Okay, so we see Google. Man, okay. And then this is the all-time highs right here. Let me put horizontal. That's the all-time highs. Man, ain't gonna lie. A few weeks ago, I called Google going back to the all-time highs. I swear I did. Look, we're looking at Google right now, right? We're currently looking at Google right now. I swear. But let me mark out this old resistance that I had up. Boom. A little bit of support here. Actually, did I have it like this? Yeah, let me just. Okay. But let's see if we can find opportunities, man. But I swear I'll call Google pushing all the way to its all-time highs though a couple months ago. But hey, you know, you can't profit off of all of them. You know, you can't profit off of all of them. It's a patient game. It's a game of, you know, you being just able to maximize your potential with it. Let's see where Amazon too. I also said Amazon following its other competitors in the Magnificent Seven. Okay, did not see that. Okay, right here. Dang, the 5th grade. What was I doing in the 5th grade? Sheesh, I was playing outside, man. You need to go play outside. You need to go play outside, brother. In the 5th grade, I was playing outside, brother, and I was playing outside. How do you have a YouTube account in the 5th grade? That's crazy. I didn't even have an account till like I was like almost like got an email. That's crazy, man. That's actually crazy. I did not have an email in the 5th grade. Guess it's a different world we live in, man. We can have opportunities, man. Okay. Price is trending hard. I'm moving. Or it's gonna be in the car. But I don't know. I'm still lost on. Let me delete this. Let me just focus up because so Amazon is trending up. We've had strong resistance here too. I think I marked this up right here. Mark this up right here. Boom. So let me go ahead and write that right here, right here. Put this right here. Not really support though. Not a clear support. That's not a clear support or resistance. I'll say that. Okay, so price keeps making higher highs, man. Price, I'm just gonna say price making higher highs. Let me put this here. This is my higher high marker, man. So with this right here. Okay. So is price gonna retest this 130 level and continue? I don't know. I'm really looking out for Amazon though, and their earnings are the 31st. So I want to see a little bit of pullback. I want to see a little bit of pullback on Amazon. Let's go on Apple. Oh my gosh, Apple be tripping. Don't want to do nothing. Let's look at the past month. Some change. Apple got a long way, but tariffs are the main concerns for Apple because a lot of their products come from China, and there's still negotiations with the U.S. But there's still negotiations with U.S. and China about tariffs negotiations and whether they came to a deal. If not, Apple's about to do a little, you know, slide to the downside. This is impeccable. But I also see this right here. Price is supporting. I'm gonna call this right here. Ooh, excuse me. Boom, boom. This is a smaller resistance. Might be on a 4-hour resistance here. Yeah. Okay. On the daily. Yeah, let me mark that up correctly. Touching autos. Yep. I'm looking at it. Looking pretty good. I'm locked in. I'm so locked in right now. Support right here. Pause. Oh no. Oh no. Going on 1 hour. More details. I'm gonna mark this up, man. This up. Created higher highs. Apple might be a good buy, man, but I'm gonna wait, man. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Let's mark this up right here. I know it's not a clear 4-hour resistance, but price definitely rejected this level hard. I could call it resistance because price did reject it a lot. But you know, let me say we might be looking to buy above it then. Let's look to buy above this level. $15 level right here. $15 level. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to Meta. Meta gain Kodak. All right, we're looking at Meta. Meta's having all-time highs, and we see a pullback this month a little bit. Not really. So price is kind of consolidating a little bit, but it's on a small downtrend. I could say pullback, but I'm putting that there. Ooh, we also have this resistance kind of bounced off. Let's do this. Damn, that was pretty bad. All right, let's go to all the time frame. See some opportunities. Price is rejecting this a little bit. Dang, trading is a patient game. Boom, resistance on that side. Let's go Tezzy. How Tezzy's looking. Teslasco on the monthly. On a monthly with it. Then let's go on a weekly. How's the weekly looking? Maybe you can see. So the reason I start from a higher time frame and go all the way down to it just kind of see how the price is moving on each time frame. So price is very, how you say, fractal? Is it fractal? I'm gonna say fractal. So on all levels, it all my brain just got lost for words at that point. Price moves. I don't know how to. I forgot. Is it fractal? Price is fractal. So all time frames, the larger the time frame, the more powerful the candlesticks are, and the more effective they are. But smaller time frame can show like granular details. So we use a higher time frame to kind of indicate where the market is going and to see our trend. But for smaller time frames is where we use it for our entries and our exits and targets. Let's go back on the daily though. Yeah, I like this right here. Support right here. Boom. And then price is literally just making lower lows. Let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's see if price is gonna hit this support. It's not support. Before it was resistance, broke above, but we have not made higher highs above it. Now it's literally just now support. Okay. pretty cool. We love how's that looking. I don't see any clear opportunities with Tezzy. Don't need to rush anything. Maybe going on hourly. Maybe you can find something. Nah, prices making lower lows. Even though earnings are pretty good, but Elon talked about AI, supersonic, whatever. Tesla updates robot taxi users about styles in California. Business Insider reports. Yeah, whatever. So that's the Magnificent Seven. I just went over it for week the 28th through to August 1st. Hopefully we can see what happened, and then I think next Sunday I'll kind of review what happened and what I expect to happen. But Microsoft will continue to hit this all time, and then we got think about it. We have our earnings July 30th for Microsoft. On Google Alphabet, this is Class C. Class C made its beat earnings last week by $2 billion. So pushing up the market crazy. Amazon has earnings also this Thursday. So Amazon and Amazon and Microsoft has earnings. So I'm gonna look out for those. Hopefully we see some push. And then we also have we also have Apple earnings this week too. And then also Meta earnings this week too, this Wednesday. Tesla already had earnings, beat earnings, making $200 million over the expectations. But now let's go to our watch list. So this is Bitcoin. Now I'm gonna be looking at technical analyzing Bitcoin. So look at it. We're looking at it. Boom. And Bitcoin's been moving low key pretty smooth compared to the following support resistances really well. Really well. Not gonna lie. Let's do some, some hindsight markups, and then buy above the resistance. Then look right here. Boom. Look at it. Now it's continuing. Wait, let's clear. What's the current opportunity on the daily? So seeing a lot of back and forth right here. I like it. As you continue upwards, and then we are at the 120 level. It's part distance here. I'm just going to daily. The 4 hour. We already have indication upside, indication downside. Trading is a gamer. Trading is a patient game. Patient, getting in, getting out at the right time. Just focusing on the plays. So if you trade Bitcoin, price can go either way. So many opportunities, man. There's so many opportunities in the market. Let's go on to monthly. Start out with a monthly. Okay, boom. Looking at this all-time high. Mark this up. All-time highs for this is the DIA, the Dow Jones Index, EFT. Then we got my I wouldn't call it a good resistance, but You're on the 4-hour and call it resistance. Yeah. Yeah, resistances, smaller time frame, the 4-hour. 4 hours, the smallest time frame. I'll go on the resistance, call it resistance support. Boom. On a 1 hour. Some opportunity above here. Then you know the Dow Jones has we have how many points? Being honest, 15 points or 3 points. Hopefully this looks good. Let's go to QQ. Gotta hurry up though. I do not have the time. Time is against me right now. Go to the monthly. Then let's go to, you know, this is another straight week of going straight up. Boom. Then we have just all-time highs, man. Really, I don't think there's no clear plays on the daily, but on the 4-hour, seeing a little. It's not a clear resistance. So for resistance and support, for me to call it resistance and support, clear resistance and support is when price bounces off a certain price area multiple times, preferably more than once. No. We are at all-time highs too. That's something to be cautious about. But we have Apple, we have Amazon, we have Meta posting their earnings this week, so we definitely push Dow and QQ to another atmosphere. But we're gonna have to see how those earnings come out. Then we have SPY. I feel like SPY is on the same trajectory. Oh my goodness. SPY. 83% of the 500 stocks in this in SPS 500 they beat their earnings expectations for Q2. That's insane. You know, boom, boom. Right now I'm just analyzing it. No clear plays on the smaller time frame. Just making higher highs, but let's start this bad boy up. On a 1 hour time frame. That's consistently. Yeah. And damn, why did I erase this? This is IVV. IVV, the core, SP 500, EFTE, same thing. Look, they're just twinning. They're just twinning. Right there. Boom. No. An hour. Dollar index. Let's do the dollar index. It's the monthly. Below the monthly support. Below the monthly support. Boom. Weekly. Dollar index is on a downtrend. Let's go to the dollar. And dollar just keep losing its value. This is the support. To touch the daily support. The resistance right here. Boom, boom, boom. You see it? Clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle. Then this is our volatility index. May 4th. May 2nd, May 4th. The SPY. It was April. Oh wow. Oh wow. Volatility. Crazy. All right. I think that's it for the stream. I provided a lot of knowledge, short time spent. Yeah, go support. Go show some love. Thank you for coming out here, man, and showing me the love, man. I appreciate everyone for joining. But that was a good stream. Got a little knowledge through. I did some technical analysis. I read some fundamentals from ChatGPT. But I want to say thank you and love y'all for all the love, man. And Uganda Trades is out of here, man. What another great stream. I might be back. Might do a gaming stream tonight. But yeah, let's get it. Let's get out of here. See ya. We don't want to be ya. Uganda Trades is out.
We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. Throwing money in the airline. We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
It's a penal code, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it comes to killer code. Everybody penal code, never tell me killer code. Everybody coming from the hood, so na kinapo. Everybody stacking by the same, cause you never know the story.